So I'm here in Silicon Valley launching Foundup House, and the first thing I did was to walk around. And one thing that I noticed was there's lots of citrus trees. Citrus trees like this one. And around the citrus trees there's lots of citrus on the ground. Right? And here's a little lemon tree. He's got poor little lemon tree. He's got little lemons on the ground. Look at this lime tree. This beautiful lime tree with lots of limes. So I knocked on the door and I said, excuse me, but can I pick up your limes on the ground? And she said, go ahead and, take as many as you want, but I don't use them. So what I decided to do was to use these limes for a number of different things. Number one is I can make like a marmalade from it. Number two is I can put the lime and squeeze the lime into the water and get the vitamin C in the water. And finally, I can make cleaner. Now, I've never made cleaner before. So ultimately, what I did was I just read the label and reverse engineered cleaner. Now, something I knew that I would do better is, number one, is I would make it stronger. Because cleaner that you buy in the store, it doesn't have that much citric acid in it. It doesn't have that much vinegar in it. And the other thing, too, is we've got rosemary around here that just grows like a weed. And I could put rosemary and I could put other things like some garlic and other things in there to really make a super, super good cleaner. So I did. So here is the cleaner. And I actually made, this is second version. The first version, I still have to filter this out a little bit. I didn't have a filtering thing. But the first version, this is a cooked cleaner. This is an uncooked cleaner. You can actually see when you cook it, actually darkens it up. I cooked it in right? And you can see the difference here. This is the cooked version. So I have lots of cleaner, and this stuff smells really nice. And all I did was make it from these limes, some vinegar, and some other things. So I started using the cleaner. Immediately people saying, wow, it smells really good in here. Wow, this cleaner is really good. They've been using it. Because this is a hacker house, and there's 15 people in here who can basically test my product. Using it in the kitchen, using it in the bathroom. So here comes our house cleaner, Pedro. So I said to Pedro, hey, I'd like to use these organic cleaners. And to my surprise, he reacted, and his wife especially, really aggressive. Actually, it wasn't so much him initially, it was his wife who just was like, wow, I don't like organic cleaners, they're no good, blah, 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 blah. The reaction just didn't make sense to me because I was offering them free cleaners, and I know they buy their cleaners. So I asked them, well, how much do you spend for your cleaners? And to my surprise, they said $300 a month. $300 a month? What if I could save you $200 by using my cleaners, right? And ultimately replacing the cleaners that you're currently using with mine, and I'll just give them to you to try them right now. There's so much citrus fruit in my area. I could probably make enough cleaners for Pedro for the entire year. So ultimately, he was like, as soon as he started thinking about, wow, I could save money on this, he became very enthusiastic and started using the cleaner, and wow, this does work, and where can I get some more? And I said to him, well, just bring me empty spray bottles and I'll give you the cleaner, because after all, I got more cleaner here than I could ever be able to use. So it dawned on me in solving just one problem with Foundups. Oh, and there's more to Pedro and his wife. The simple fact that Pedro and his wife, one is Pedro always has a cough, right? He always has an irritant in his throat. He's always coughing. And his wife suffers from migraines. Well, if you're spending $300 a month in cleaners and inhaling all those toxic fumes, you're going to have migraines, you're going to have elements and everything else. I said, not only that, maybe by using these organic cleaners that I'm making, and these, understand, these are a lot stronger than the cleaners that you can buy in the store, only because I'm using more citric acid, more vinegar, more of the good stuff that actually cleans than they do in the store. And ultimately, what it means is maybe over a course of a month or two, I can cure his ailment. So think of Foundups. What happened with Foundups is, I solved my problem. I didn't want to use chemical cleaners. I then solved potentially my cleaner, who wants to lower his cleaner costs, which we can do, and ultimately maybe even solving his and his wife's ailments. The cool thing is now he could become a distributor. Now understand, Foundups, we really don't have customers. We have stakeholders. You know, we live on one planet. Our planet, we have a stake in that planet. So anything I create, what I want to do is encourage folks to become stakeholders of the planet. So instead of me saying, we could say this is recommended value $5 a bottle or $2 a bottle, whatever. But I'd much prefer to say, listen, I'll give you the cleaners. You become a stakeholder of Foundups by simply going to foundups.com and joining at a level that you think is fair and reasonable. We give you the products, and I will make the products for you, or better yet, I'll hold a class on how I made this cleaner, and we can start as a group making our own products right out of Foundup House. So soaps, cleaners, shampoos, you know, we could just have a meetup group here, just making the things we are, testing them as a group, sharing them as a group, and ultimately giving them away and encourage people to become members of Foundups. Thanks. My name is Michael Trout, sharing just one of the stories that I've experienced so far in Foundup House. And remember, anyone can launch a Foundup House. So the scalability of Foundups, you may say, well, there's no scalability in this product because there's a limited supply of citrus. That's true. But that's good because it means we can solve the problem of the citrus falling off. We can solve the problem for the immediate community of basically the cleaners they're using, and ultimately giving them something better to use, right? That removes, because every cleaner you buy is going on a truck, is being stored in a store, you have to drive to get it. We remove all of that footprint from simply making our cleaners ourselves and distributing them locally around our Foundup House. And as another Foundup House pops up, you know, a mile away, they can start doing the same thing. We start having meetup groups, we start having, you know, events, how to do certain things, and ultimately we make the world a better place. It's that simple.